Live. What is up, y'all? It is Monday. I need to shake off this funk because it's Monday, but it's okay because it's a beautiful day. It is a blessing, and I'm just gonna get ready. So let's put this on. Let's get it started. I need to get ready today. All right, let me put this back. So what is up? I did not go live on Friday. Got up, got ready. No, got up, went to the gym early. I need to find a way to get myself to be able to talk and do what I'm supposed to be doing without stopping, because I feel like sometimes I'll stop and just talk, because then I lose track of what I'm doing. Like I can't multitask. So I'm trying to get better at the multitasking part of it. So right now I'm just adding a little bit of the balm to underneath and the top of my eyes. But anyway, back to my story. So on Friday, I had planned to go live Monday through Friday, like test it out. Again, last Monday was the first time that I had gone live in about like 2 years. It had been like about 2 years that I had gone live. Let me get my moisturizer. For moisturizer, I'm using this Pond's 24-hour hydration. So one day I was like rusty, just getting back into it. I was like, I'm gonna get ready. I might as well just come on here, just hang out, talk, and do my makeup. Cause either way, like I do my makeup every day. And usually it's around this time. It's like noonish, mountain time. Because I don't do my makeup for the gym and stuff. So I kind of like, we go to the gym, come home, shower, take my shake. I drink like a protein shake, a post-workout shake, and then just kind of get everything ready for the day. And then I finally start like, all right, let me get ready for my day. And then it goes like from now all the way up till like probably like 1 a.m. in the morning. So that's my day. However, today is my father-in-law's birthday, so we're planning on probably having some lunch or dinner. I don't know yet. He's not here at the moment, but that's the plan. So that's kind of what I'm getting ready for. I'm using the NYX Stick It. Again, I'm running low on this one. If you've been watching my lives or if you've seen it, I have two of them, and I think I'm running both low on both, and that's just to thicken up my brows. So back to Friday, I did not come live again. I was trying to do like a Monday through Friday thing, and I underestimated the time that I had on Friday. So it was actually a leadership conference, and it was in the morning. So yesterday it started on Wednesday, and it was a conference like in the evening. Again, if you guys like to hang out, I'm here to chit chat today. So the conference started Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday there was a leadership conference. As you could see, I put the stick it. So I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna show you makeup tips, and then I'm also just gonna blab. I'm just kind of trying to shake off, get some energy going, get the good vibes. So that's kind of like what the get ready with me will be like today. Gonna use this one. It's a Pew Dare, and I'm using the double-sided tip, and that's just to fill in the brows. So back to the church conference. It started on Wednesday. It started at 7, and it was Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday, it was kind of like a special event. If you wanted to attend, that one was with tickets, but it included a breakfast and a session. Started at 9, and I believe it ended around 2-ish. 2-ish, 3-ish, 2-ish. I think it was like 2-ish. So, we wanted to still try to get like a gym session there. Hold on, let me find my my eyebrow pencil. My eyebrow, this spoolie. So it started at 9, and obviously after the gym, I still wanted to come home, shower, get ready. So I think woke up at 6:30. In my mind, I thought it was enough time. I think we should have gone to the gym even earlier. So I think we were at the gym already by like 7. I think. I need to check. Sorry, I'm like trying to concentrate while I do my brows. And then did the gym, and then did the gym. I did the treadmill. I actually did like 2 miles, which I was pretty proud. I think it was like 2 something on the treadmill during the time. I think it was like exactly 31 minutes. And then we did some time in the sauna. I love cooling down in the sauna. I say cooling down because you're not really cooling. It's really hot in there, but I'm cooling because I'm kind of like getting my body back into like quit thinking you're getting chased down by a bear. So just kind of like my time to relax, especially when it's empty. One of my favorite times in the sauna is like when it's empty and it's just me and my thoughts, and I could really just sit in there, think, meditate, pray, gratitude, anything like that. Like I love in the sauna being quiet. I mean, I don't mind when people are in there. It's just sometimes like when you're trying to just kind of just chill and people are just yappering, it's kind of a lot sometimes. Especially when I'm just trying to wind down in there. Going back in with this one. So anyway, we did the gym, we did the sauna, and then rushed back home. And then poor planning on me. I did not plan the night before to what I wanted to wear. In my head, I was like, oh, like I'll just wear this. Oh my god, look at that. Be sure to not press down hard on this thing, because then you'll have a little accident like that. And I'm gonna wipe it down because it might have just had too much. So just be careful with this one. Especially sometimes if it's like laying down and stuff, a lot of the liquid's gonna go to the front and that's gonna happen. But it's no issue. I'm gonna use my makeup wipe. So again, poor planning on me. I did not pick out what I was gonna wear. In my head, I had an idea. I had like 2 things in mind of what I was gonna wear. But I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that I don't know what I'm gonna wear until I'm fully ready. Like I feel like if I try something on or if I have something in mind, I don't know the vibes until I'm fully ready. You know, and then I change and then I'm like, okay, this looks good. Okay, like let's change that. Like I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm gonna pin my hair back because it was kind of like in my head, in my face. All right, and I'm also gonna try to like not rush this live. I just because I don't know what time my father-in-law is gonna be here and if he's gonna be like freaking hungry, and then I'm like, oh, give me a second, because it's his birthday. Like we don't want him to wait. So I'm just trying to get ready quickly, but also right while I chit chat here. So yeah, so I had like 2 outfits in mind. And then I'm getting ready and I'm like, oh my god, like I am running out of time. Like I think after I got out of the shower, I had like 30 minutes to be in the car and be on my way. So I was like, I'm not gonna be ready. So I instead of focusing on what I was gonna wear, then I was like, okay, like maybe I should do my hair because I could do my makeup in the car. And my hair, I didn't have time to wash it, blow dry it, so I put dry shampoo, I blew dry it real quick, get any like sweat out or anything like that. It was pretty chaotic to say the least. Hold on, let me get I'm gonna clean my eyebrows. They're not the best right now. I'm not very happy with them, but they're gonna work. Hold on, I feel like this is over my ears. I know I can't hear you. Like I don't have feedback like vocally, but I feel like my ears were just like covered by this little headband. So anyways, I'm back. I hope you guys like this kind of live where I'm just jibber jabbering. So then I have exactly 30 minutes after I got out of the shower, and I'm like, I need to do hair, makeup, and get an outfit picked. Again, my fault for not pre-planning. I thought in my head that I had already pre-planned, but you'll find out what the case was. So then I'm like, I started with my makeup because usually like my brows, my eyes, my eye makeup and my brows are probably like would take me the longest out of everything. So then I started with that. I started with my brows, and then I did my eyeshadow, which again, this was probably quicker than what I'm doing right now on Friday. So I'm like trying to hurry because I'm like, oh my god, I still have like my hair and don't have like half my makeup done. I scratched myself here, by the way. So then I look at the time and like, okay, I'm still kind of good. I have about 15 minutes. But then I was like, maybe I should do my hair because I could always finish my makeup in the car, like, because I've done it before. Because I'm passenger princess. So I was like, I could get ready in the car. So, and then I was like, well, I still technically don't have an outfit. So let me do my hair while, and then once I'm done, I'll do my outfit and then I'll get ready in the car. So anyway, I finished my hair, I blow dry, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I do not have time. Like I need to go. By this time I probably have like 5 minutes, and all I have is my eyebrows, my eyeshadow, maybe a little bit of mascara. No, yeah, and then I ended up being like, let me just get like some foundation on. Okay, have my makeup. All right, so I did. I got like some foundation on. I put on the blender, and then I'm like, just like, I'm like, let's have the base. And then I put some concealer really quick. Boom, boom, boom. Like the blend was not blending. Like it was just, girl, get something on your face. And then I'm like, I try on the outfit. And like I said, I'm the type that I don't know how something's gonna look until like I'm fully like ready. I'm like, okay, like the eyes, like it's just me. I don't know if this is everybody, but it's just me. Like I cannot pick out the outfit until I am fully ready because I'm not feeling it. Like I'm not feeling myself. And mind you, this was like for a church, like business, a leadership, like meetup, conference. Sorry. All right. So like, I mean, yeah, but we're gonna probably be sitting most of the time. I don't know. Maybe I just overthink it. But I start kind of getting like a little anxious, like shoot, I don't have my makeup done, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. The two outfits that I thought I wanted to wear, no, they're not gonna work out. And then also like I like to iron my clothes, especially when it's something like that. Like if I'm just gonna wear like leggings and like a sweater, like of course I'm not gonna iron that. But like a skirt, a blazer, and again, poor planning on my part because I didn't plan my outfit the night before, and the night before I was ready, so I was like, okay, well at least I could like see what the vibes are gonna be. Well, no, I didn't do that. So here I am, Friday morning, freaking 30 minutes to get fully ready, makeup, hair, outfit. And I'm like, the two items are not gonna be ready. Like I have to like literally like leave. So I need to change. I have about 5 minutes. I need to fully change and get out the door so we can make it on time. And then it was also early in the morning. Like it's like traffic. Everybody's going to school, work. And the church is about 20 to 30 minutes away. So yeah, like we needed all the time we could get to be on the road. Like we don't want to be late. So I was like, oh my god. So then I started like going through like what is decently ironed where I don't have to like go through. So then luckily I had just done a video review on like this pantsuit set. It was like a blazer and like a pantsuit, and I was like, okay, well I'm just gonna wear a bodysuit. All right, well I think I got my brows for now. Let me put some, sorry, I'm gonna go back and forth from makeup to my story. L'Oreal. So I was like, not what I had in mind at all. It was not part of the two things that I thought I was gonna wear, but this is just gonna have to do because like, girl, you're not ready and you need to go. You need to be out that door. So the pants like literally just slide on. They're like slacks, but they're elastic. So like boom, slide those on, and then the bodysuit, which I didn't even tie from the bottom. I don't know if you guys do that. I technically like tend to do that anyway. Like I don't tie the bodysuit from the bottom. I just kind of like fold it in like a shirt. And it was just kind of technically gonna be like the undershirt. And then the little vest. It was like a little blazer vest, but it's like a doesn't have sleeves. So again, pants, bodysuit, vest. All right, I'm out the door. I grabbed like 2 pairs of earrings. I put them in my pocket. I'm like, I'll put that in the car. And then my makeup, I like to like lay out all my makeup when I'm getting ready, because I hate looking through like the little makeup bag to see like, oh, I need my eyeliner, I need my mascara. So I like to like lay it out, and once I'm done, I'll put it back in my makeup bag. So that was gonna take time. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm changed, hair, decent. I didn't, sometimes like what I like to do is like my hair, like I'll like to get the mirror and check behind, make sure I didn't miss a spot, because a lot of the times I'm looking forward, so I don't know if I'm like, maybe I missed a spot, because I've done it where like I'll have like a straight piece of hair and then everything else is curled. Girl, there was no time for that. Like I grabbed all my makeup in the bag, we were out the door, and I'm not gonna lie, not in the best of moods, because I was like, I don't feel good, like I'm not ready, like this is not even what I wanted to wear. Not knowing, I'm like, girl, you're gonna go to a church conference, like relax, relax, like you're about to be filled, which is what I needed. Not gonna lie. Hold on, let me pick this thing up. I dropped my little cap for my thing. So all right, so we got the concealer on here. All right, so now I'm gonna put a little bit of powder. Okay, so we're in the car. I start doing my makeup, and also because like my makeup was not even done, like excuse me, close. I picked up a little bit of powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm just gonna set my eye to get some eyeshadow on there. So then I'm in the car and I like start doing my makeup. So slowly I'm like, okay, well, my look's coming together, like makeup, hair, whatever. I know this probably sounds so dumb. Like it is dumb, like now looking back, I'm like, but at the time I wasn't, and we're just keeping it real here, okay? Just gonna keep it real. All right, I'm gonna use this eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love it. Again, I dropped it. I was on a road trip. I left it by the door. Door opened and everything falls out. But nonetheless, only some of them broke. And I think it was more of like the shimmer ones. 3 of them broke and this one a little bit, but it's okay because I really, really like the colors of this palette. So yeah, finally we're in the car. I start like finishing off my makeup and I'm like, okay, like we could work with this. I mean, again, the outfit not my first go-to, but it'll work, you know. So yeah, we get to the church and then we check in. They give us our little stickers, and then we get in line. They're handing out little breakfast bowls, which the breakfast bowls were, what were they? Hash browns? No, tater tots. I love tater tots. It was tater tots, eggs, and sausage. And then they had like a little pastry side. And then luckily, like we walk in and the lady's like, oh, like you guys already seating? We're like, no. And then like she finds us a table. And at this time, like boom, like Burley, like lights down, it's ready to go. So I'm like, we literally got there right on time. So I'm like, we're there, we're sitting, kind of just eating our little breakfast. And then listening to the first speaker. I'm like, I don't know where I was going with my story. I just thought I'd tell you why. Oh yeah, the whole purpose was why I didn't come live on Friday. And I even told Hector, I'm like, and I thought I was gonna have time to go live. So that's my story as to why I was not live on Friday. But here we are. It is Monday now. I'm thinking of doing like just like a brown. brown and maybe like a little, I like shimmer, but I didn't do it last time and I wanted to. Just doing like a lighter like matte shade on this part, so it'll look something like what I currently have right here, except a little bit. I want to deepen the crease. But I love this. Is literally, I'm surprised I haven't hit pan yet. This one is one of my favorites. It's like a copper brown color. It's so pretty. That's like my go-to, especially like if I'm in a rush. I might have worn that on Friday. But a few takeaways from the conference last week. We honestly hadn't been back to church since early November. I haven't really opened up about why we hadn't been back. I feel like I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to like get in my feels. But I think we'll find another time to talk about last year and kind of why I hadn't been back to church. But we'll leave that for another day. If you guys watch this, let me know. But I don't know. I don't think I'm ready yet. But once I'm ready, I think I will be able to share, because it's hard. But so I don't want to talk about it. I am listening to worship music, by the way. Hold on. What the heck? I didn't. Okay. Well, anyways. What song is this? Oh, Waymaker. That's so good. I have my makeup wipe. Alright, sorry. I know if you're watching for the first time, you're like, girl, this girl's all over the place. But anyway, so back to my story. We hadn't been to church back. Should I even tell you guys a story? I'm like, can I make it through? Okay. I love this song, by the way. Hold on, give me a second, guys. So this is a conference that we've been to. Well, I've been to this church, and if you guys want to know the church name, I'll share it. I don't mind. If you guys even want to check them out online, or if you're not from El Paso, it's called Abundant Church in El Paso. It used to be called Abundant Living Faith Center, but I think it was too long, so they were like they just simplified it and they went with Abundant. And it was funny because one of the speakers, which is Tommy Barnett, he like cracked a joke about it, because he's like, I could never get it right, because it was a pretty long lane, like Abundant Living Faith Center, like it was a really long. But I had been going, that was actually one of like my first conferences back in the day. Well, my first conference probably ever. I started going there in 2011. But we moved out of town, so we would come down to the conference when they would have it. For the most part, I'm sure we've missed a year or two, but like we would come for the most part. I think if we missed maybe 1 to 2. But that's kind of like how we would kick off the year. But I think before they didn't do them all in, I don't think they did them in January. I don't remember, but I think the old ones when I started going, I think they were like in September. Hold on, I'm just trying to check my little eyeballs. Okay. I think maybe I'll deepen it just a little bit. But let me give you a little backstory real quick. Again, this is just me talking. If you guys happen to watch this, let me know your thoughts. But as far as what is it called? Like a personal development. We started going to conferences, like actual conferences, in 2021 or 2022. 2021, 2022. It might actually be 2022. I think it was 2022. 2022. So from there, we started attending conferences, and little do we know, we're like, wow, like I had never thought about that. I had already been to conferences per se through my church. Like I didn't know that that's what it was. I thought it was just like the week where they would bring like special speakers. Not realizing like what it entailed. I don't know, I guess, right? So I don't know why I decided to share that, but I was like, I guess the reasoning behind why, like for sure, like at least the last 2, 3, 3, 4, 25, 26, 5 years, Abundant has been the conference that we kick off our conferences with, like our personal development conferences. Personal development, business, entrepreneurship, all of that jazz. So this year was not going to be any different. We decided like, let's go. This is a great conference to kick off the year with. And why not, you know, we needed it. Like, to be honest, like my spirit needed this conference more than, not that I didn't need it any other years, but I feel like it really needed it this year. As soon as, I think it was Wednesday. So Wednesday was the first night. I walked in and I'm like in the seats and even like listening to the worship, and just, I needed it. So it was Wednesday night. It was Pastor Tommy Barnett. We've seen him before. He had been to that conference. I'm adding a little bit more. I was adding a little bit more concealer. But like I mentioned, I hadn't been back in at least 2 full months. And that is what my spirit was needing. The message is to just get me back on track. Like I needed to listen to the word, get myself going again, find that faith, that motivation that I guess I lost in a sense. I did, but I didn't. Like, it's more of a discouragement, I guess, that I had lost. I was a little discouraged, if I'm being honest. But being back in there, listening to the word, listening to worship, listening to message, the real reason, it really was what I needed to hear in that moment. Not knowing, I guess you would say not knowing that I needed it, but I did. But overall, without like saying too much or getting too into it, it was good. Again, it talked about vision, goals. And I feel that sometimes when you're not tracking or when you're not being mindful, let me see. Hold on, let me drink some water. when you're not being mindful of your goals, whether it be in business, at work, your personal life, like maybe your weight loss, your family, whatever that looks like for you, if we're not tracking it, and I'm speaking from my own experience, I'm speaking from for myself, but if this resonates with you, then this is good. But I think if you're not tracking, if your purpose or your vision is not, how do you say it, like if you're not clear, if you're not clear on your vision or your goals, it's very easy to drift. It's very, very easy to drift. And I feel like that has happened. So I think it was good to realign and kind of like get myself back on the path that I was heading in, you know? Again, like life happens, things happen, but it's good to get that reminder, to get in the room with like people and faith-based environment as well. Hold on real quick. I feel like I have a little, there we go. It's like a little dry patch on my eyelid. And I don't know, again, this is why it's like real talk, chit chat, kind of laying it out there as to where I was, where I'm at. But a lot of like that's kind of honestly what I prayed, what I went in wanting was a little more clarity, a little more direction, and realignment, I think, with my purpose. I'm gonna put a little bit of chapstick. I feel like I was on a path and then life hits and then you're like off track and you're like, whoa, what the heck? So I think one of my takeaways is just to, which again, this is Bible, like write the vision, make it plain. To get back in tune with what it is that I want to do, how it is that I'm going to do it. Obviously I need guidance, so I asked for guide. Oh, and then that was another thing that they brought up. Sorry for my thing. I don't have like a speech here, so I'm gonna be probably all over the place, my messages, or just my chit chat. But I think this is just for me. I lost my train of thought. What the heck? I'm gonna get to mascara. Oh yeah, so like I was saying, like write the vision, make it plain. I think first and foremost with yes, I remember. I'm bringing it back around. They talked about asking for wisdom, and I think that is something that I pray for, is wisdom, guidance. But I think I can't get, well, one of the takeaways was like you can't get wisdom without getting in the word, right? I think that's where the wisdom comes from, because we all know that the word is true. So that is where I need to like just go in, talk, like know what I want, and just listen. Like I think just be open to what I will receive as far as when I'm reading the word. I hope that like makes sense. But I have to know, I have to write the vision, and then I think I will get the wisdom from the word within. Once I'm reading, I would get alignment and I will get clarity and guidance, but it's not until I kind of know the path. If that makes sense. Let me get some moisturizer real quick. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place and I got all off track. But and I know that to be true, because I'll give you like a prime example. I'm using the Hydro Plus Primer Moisturizer. When back in 2021, and my fitness journey is actually one thing that I want to get back on track with. along with my personal. Because again, during 2021 when I started my fitness journey, and 22 when I started working on my personal development, which is like my mindset, my spiritual. We started going to church every week, getting filled. Well, we actually in 22 we were not going to church as often. It wasn't until 23, mid 23 into, we kind of stopped in 25. But it's just, I think during that period when we were, I feel like the ball was rolling as far as consistent, knowing what we were working towards and stuff like that. But I'll go back to my fitness journey in 2021. Well, I'm just gonna keep it real, y'all. Let me give you a little, let's backtrack a little bit. Especially if you don't know my story or you don't know my journey or you don't know my life. I'm just kidding. I don't really, a lot of people probably don't know my full life, but as far as my fitness journey, before 2021, I never used to work out. I hated the gym. I hated the thought of the gym. I hated stepping in there. I had a membership, just to say I had a membership, but I never went. But I think, again, it goes back to what I'm talking about is about having a goal in mind. Having something you're working towards. And I never did. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm going to the gym. Eventually I'll lose weight. But the thing is that it's because I didn't have a goal. I didn't have nothing that I was working towards. So it was easy for me to drift. Like I said, that's why it's so important to have a goal, have something in mind, have something that you're working towards. I'm using the Fit Me 128. So then a little bit of the Bobbi Brown. What's one pump? In 2021, I was in my, well, it was like right after COVID actually. So I was at the heaviest that I had been like ever in my life. I think I just got like finally like fed up with it. Like it was time to stop making excuses and just do something for yourself. I had heard good things about, and again, I don't think it matters where you go. I'm gonna probably tie all this around to like the whole church conference and stuff, but I just kind of want to backtrack a little bit and give you a little bit and input as to my current journey. But I finally was like fed up. I was like, okay, let's do this. So I had heard good things about this gym. If you've heard about it, it's called Orange Theory. If not, you could literally go back to, that's the whole purpose and reason why I even started a YouTube to begin with, was my fitness journey. The reason why I was tracking it, I never planned for me to share it publicly, but I feel that it was important to share it publicly if anybody was feeling the way that I was feeling, because I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one. But it was at a time where I never went to the gym, but I was fed up with how I felt, how I looked, and not just like how I looked like physically, like how I felt as well. Like being overweight had me tired, feeling sluggish, no energy, no mood to do anything. It was just like work and then like eat whatever was convenient, because like I was not gonna come home and like cook a whole meal or something or prep for it, you know. So then finally it was May of 21, and a drink. I need a little drink moment. Think about it.
Where did you hide the fucking sticks?
I didn't.
Where are
They were like right there in the bottom. That was not me.
No.
They're probably in the pantry. Do you want that one? But if you find them, I mean, it'd be nice. Remember, they were like right there on against the wall.
They're not.
That's where they were. Thank you.
You're welcome.
right, so where was I? You're leaving me some, thank you. All right, so then I decided to go to Orange Theory. And again, if you're just starting, the one piece of advice or tip I would give is to, this is just my personal opinion. Hold on, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible. And if you are like just starting for the first time and maybe you're like me that you don't know what you're doing, you I'm gonna say it this way, you suck at motivation, like you suck at consistency, you're not disciplined. Like again, this is all things at the beginning. Eventually, obviously, you want to work yourself to where you do get the consistency, you start building that discipline. But if you're at the point where, girl, you can't even go, I would personally suggest going somewhere where it's like a group type of environment. Personally, that's what helped me. I think that might help other people, and the reason being, and this is why again I'm a firm believer in like your environment and the people that are like around you, because at least you know that you're all going there for like one goal, and that is to better yourself. And it's not like, and again, if you're new and you haven't been to the gym in a while and stuff, you're in your own head. Because I'll be honest with you, like now being like, I've been going to the gym more consistently since then, girl, ain't nobody looking at you. Like it's you against you. Everybody's just in there. I mean, the people that are real, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's those ones and twos that are like there to criticize. But that's unfortunate, and that's gonna be anywhere. You could go anywhere and there's gonna be those kind of people. So like for the most part, people are in there just working on themselves. If you're literally like in the gym to better yourself, you are not gonna be judging somebody, because you know the struggle, you know what it's like to put in the work and get those results. Like, so you're not there to judge. Like, if anything, like you're more like pumped up for that person that's taking that first step to even make it to the gym. Because a lot of people don't make it to the gym because they feel that they're gonna get judged and that they're gonna get made fun of. And if anything, I think it's more of, and it should be more of a like an environment to motivate you, because we all know what, like we're all there, we're not there to freaking just to show up. Like you're there because you're working on something, whether it is to build muscle, to maintain, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to gain, whatever your goal is, everybody's there with their own purpose. So back to my story. I decided to join Orange Theory because what I liked about it and what I had heard about it is that like it doesn't matter. Like you could have, oh, what the heck? You could have it didn't matter like your level of fitness. Like I wasn't gonna just like jump into like a CrossFit class or something, which I'm sure maybe there's levels there too. I have never been, so I really don't know. Maybe that's not the best example. But from what I had heard and from what I had read, because I did a little bit of research and I even YouTubed some stuff. It was for all ages and all types of levels. So I showed up, and that was the best decision that I could have made on myself. The best investment is you. So just remember that. So no matter what that looks like for you, you are your best investment. So at the time, again, going back to goals and why it's important, I told myself I want to lose 50 pounds. Like, girl, I never even lost dang 10 pounds, but in my head, in my mind, I said it, and I was like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I honestly, and I should have probably set a date, but I think my goal was just to lose the weight, assuming that if I kept showing up, it was going to happen. And that's what happens. Like when you build consistency, you build that momentum, you build that discipline, you're going to do it no matter what. That's why it's so important to set a goal, because no matter what, you're going to keep doing it until you reach it. All right, so hold up, wait a minute. So I'm gonna use this one and my little brush. So I started going, I'm set, and then start off slow, you guys. Like, I think another reason why we sometimes give up on what we're doing or our journey is because we want to like do it all in one day. I know this is like super stupid and cliche, but it's like, how do you eat an apple? One bite at a time. Like, that's literally what it is. I'm just kind of dabbing the contour. I'm going to blend it out right now so I know it looks like patchy. But that's literally what it is. Oh, jeez. Set the goal and keep doing. It's going to be boring. I'll tell you another thing. Like, your goals sometimes might look boring to other people, but remember, like, this journey is yours and not anybody else's. I'm gonna add a little bit to the jawline. Because I literally had to, like, change a lot of what I was doing. But because I knew the goal. Like, I knew if I wanted to get to where I was. And then again, it was like about putting in the hard work on a daily basis. I had to start learning. So within my journey, I came across a company. Well, I actually came across a TikTok. And it was during this time, let me backtrack a little bit. I know I'm talking about like church and like my how I started my fitness journey, but I'm gonna wrap it around to how I'm going to pick it up. I guess for 2020, well, not I guess, but where I'm at now or today. But during this time in 2021 going into 2022 was when TikTok started popping. Well, TikTok honestly started popping probably in 2020. I really wasn't on it. So then I finally got on it, and and I was like just browsing through like motivation stuff. So again, a lot of the stuff that you take in is very important. Again, this all ties to my whole message, I guess, that I didn't have planned that I'm now doing. Let me get a little bit of blush real quick. Hold on. Well, anyway, by the way, I go in with liquid before I go in with powders, and that's just to lock everything in. Like the powders to lock everything in, but whatever I do with liquid, I'm doing with powder. And if I can't find my blush, I'm just gonna do powder blush. For the most part, I try, but I don't know where my blush is at. And I don't want to take too much time. And I don't see it. Let me see. And then I'm gonna get my powder. Okay, here it is. I couldn't find my powder puff. Okay. So, again, I was on TikTok, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but I feel like TikTok has one of the best algorithms. Like, if you start looking or watching something, then the same stuff, similar things are gonna start coming out. The algorithm picks up what you like or what you were interested in or what you were watching, and now it's just gonna start feeding you that stuff so you could stay on the platform longer. But I was looking up like Kobe and, you know, that Mamba mentality and motivation, fitness, preparing my mind to where I was wanting to go, where I was heading again, because I had the goal in mind. I'm gonna use the Infallible Blur. So I come across this TikTok. This guy I never heard, I never seen. yelling at me. Just kidding. He was I think I saved the TikTok. I tap it in. Hold on real quick. I tap the concealer in just to, if it went into any creases, we just kind of want to blend it back in, and then we're going to go in with that powder. And I did tap the powder on my hand. I picked it up and then I tap it to take off any excess powder. So then I come across this TikTok and this guy's freaking yelling, and he's basically saying like, if you don't do anything for you, like there's people like that are looking up to you, and if you're not doing anything, he's actually like cursing, but I guess I'm just keeping it clean. But he's just basically like, if you're not gonna do anything, and let me see if I remember it actually, so I could, because I feel like I'm so totally butchering the TikTok that changed my life. Or the way that I was doing things. And this TikTok was before I even got my journey started, but it's because I had already started. No, I did start. I did start my journey, but this is what kept me going after I had my goal. So he's all like, oh, what does he say with it? I haven't listened to it in a long time. But he's basically like, there's people looking up to you, and like, are you gonna fail those people? Like, are you like basically not gonna do anything like for yourself? And then I was like, dang, dude, like, I don't know, something about it touched my heart that day. And I was like, who is this guy? So I started like kind of searching him, and he wasn't like really big on social media like he is now, or I don't think he didn't even have a YouTube. All right, real quick, I'm gonna go into it with this one and just do the full face. Oh, I didn't clean up my, hold on, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna use Airspun. I only use it right here to clean the, like, this area. So anyway, I started looking them up, and lo and behold, long story short, I'll give you like the shorter version of this. His name was Andy Frisella, and he's the founder and creator of 75 Hard. And mind you, before I found this, I'm not saying I don't drink at all now. I do drink. I need to like get better. I feel like I've fallen back into some old habits current time, but back then, before I got into my fitness, I would probably drink a lot, like every day after work, or maybe like for the weekends, stuff like that. Like it was like that was like my getaway. But anyway, so I started listening. I learned about 75 Hard. Eventually we ended up doing it, and again, this is all leading me towards my goal of 50 pounds. That's why, again, tying back to what I learned at church last week, and why I'm like, I could validate and vouch for that is so true, is when you have your goal in mind and you start being aligned and you're like on track to where it is that you're going. Yes, challenges will arise. Yes, setbacks will happen. Like sometimes like it's inevitable, like it's life, like things will happen. But when you got yourself, like your mindset on the goal or what it is that you're working towards, it's a lot easier to not deviate from it, because you know what you're working towards. And one thing that I learned again from I'm using this Physicians Formula, the bronzer, the conferences that we've been, and again, this is all, everybody says it differently, but at the end of the day, this is all like tied in some way, shape, or form to what the Bible tells us. But it was at Funnel Hackers, and Russell Brunson, he explains it as the sorry guys, I wasn't prepared for this speech, just kidding. He explains it as the drifter and the driven. So he talks about the drifter, that like whenever there's resistance and stuff like that. So that's why it's very important, again, to have your goal in mind, know where you're going, because if something happens, it's easier to drift away. Like whenever resistance, like, and I'll give you an example, especially like if you're on a weight loss journey. a lot of the times, like, and I'll be honest, and it still happens to me. You set your alarm. And hold on, let me get my blush real quick. Sorry, don't lose your thought. Where are you, little blush? Okay, here it is. Oh, here it is. Okay, so for example, you're on a weight loss journey, right? You set your alarm. And let's say maybe you worked out all week and you're freaking sore. Or maybe you stayed up late and you're tired. But when you have the goal and you have like your mindset to what it is that you're working towards, not that it's easier, because it's still challenge, like it's still a battle, but that's the resistance part. So when you have your goal in mind, let me put some like, you know what you're working towards. So even though you're tired, even though you don't feel like it, even though you're sore, like, you're still gonna find a way to just, you know what, let me get up and shut that little voice up and do it. And again, I'm just using my weight loss as an example, because there was days that I didn't want to do it and I still showed up. Got it done, and I got that win. So eventually that compounds and gets you closer to your goal. But when you don't have a goal, or you don't have nothing that you're working towards, it's easier to drift because basically there's like no accountability. There's nothing set for you to, like, just to keep going. So having a goal is what kept me going. I mean, eventually, again, like I said, once you're aligned with what your goal is and what it is that you're heading towards, and no matter what, you're gonna do what it takes to get to it, things just start coming up. Like, new doors start opening up, like new opportunities. So with that being said, as I was on my journey to losing these 50 pounds that I had set out to do, that I had never done before. So a lot of times, like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Like, I've never done that. But it's like, I think that's why it's important to have that goal. Because once you're working towards it, like, things are just going to start happening to get you closer to that. But you have to have the goal. So there was, they did like I think every year they do like a challenge. I'm going to use e.l.f. as my eyeliner. And I joined it. I set myself up. I'm gonna win this. Girl, I never went to the gym before. And now I'm talking about winning a fitness competition, like a fitness challenge. Like, who is she? But again, that is why it's important to have your goal in mind and to challenge yourself. And to tell yourself. I was listening to a video and hold on, I try not to talk a lot, especially when I'm doing my eyeliner, because it gets all over the place. And I've heard this before, but like, your mind doesn't know or can't tell apart real from fake. So that's why our self-talk is so important. So I was telling myself I was gonna win this. Like, I like, obviously, like, you have to work towards it. You can't just be like, I'm gonna win a fitness competition and never show up. Like, you have to not only get yourself in that mindset, the heck, but do the reps, do the work. But I talk myself up to winning that fitness competition. But I'll tell you something that was shocking, not shocking, but the two people, which I was the female and there was the male, that won the competition were the people that showed up the most. And who's to say we freaking, I mean, you showed up and stuff, right? But like, I'm sure there was days that I didn't want to do it, but I still showed up. I got it done. So my point is, set the goal and do the reps, show up. And now backtrack to 2026. I guess I hadn't been in that headspace, or at least for a few months, that it was what I needed. It was like, okay, well, what are my goals? What am I working towards? Because I feel like I've been on autopilot. So that was like my takeaway. And I have something, that's why I shared my story about my previous weight loss. I'm gonna lock it in with some hard candy glow on setting spray. I feel like it's not spraying good. It's like spraying too much. So I'm just kind of patting it because I feel like it squirted like weird, like patchy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of that one. Hold on, let me turn on my straightener real quick, and we're gonna keep going with this conversation. Gonna straighten my tips and then I'm gonna curl my hair. So again, that is why I needed that conference this week, because they talked a lot about no, I don't like that color. Hold on, I'm like changing my light. Oh, what the heck? I didn't have it at the lightest. Girl, what are you doing? Okay. So since losing the weight back in it was officially 2022 for myself, I maintained and then I fell off last year. So what I need to do again is just, another good thing and a helpful tip is to track it. Is to track your progress and celebrate the small wins, but don't stay there. Like, you can't just like get a win and then just be like, all right, good, throw your hands up, because then you get complacent. But write down your goals, visualize, get in the word. So a lot of like good takeaways for me. Hold on real quick. Let me make some space here for my hair products. And then I also need to put on my lashes. So I need this glue. I'm gonna get my lashes too. And that was a lot of what they had talked about, and I'm like, I know it's true because I've been able to if you want to call it manifesting, if you want to call it speak it into existence, if you want to call it the universe, God, I know mine is God, and having that relationship in those moments to really dial in and talk about my goals and get a clear picture of what that is and what it's like. Here it is. My lash. I was just cleaning it up because I am reusing these. But have goals, set them up, write them out. And again, that was a takeaway for me because I haven't. I used to write down my goals and I got away from it. But visualize it. Set those goals and track them. And especially, like, let's just say, for example, you're on a weight loss journey. Track your starting point and track your progress. Celebrate those small wins, but keep going. I think, and then once you reach that goal, another takeaway is make a new one, make a harder one, or start with a harder goal. Don't just set up for set unattainable goals. And again, to me at the time, 50 pounds wasn't an unattainable goal because I had never stayed consistent. I had never even worked out, so it was unattainable in that season. Did I know? Hold on, I'm trying to look for my brush. 1 second. Oh, here it is. I feel like now it's too bright. Oh my gosh, why can't I get this line straight? There we go. All right, and I have already added heat protectant to my hair. It's this one, the K18 Heat Bounce. I'm almost running out of it. Let me grab my hairbrush real quick because I don't have it. Oh. Ugh. All right. I need a lip product. Let me see. Oh, Dusty Rose. Dusty Rose, you're gonna have to do because I don't have my other one. Seek and you will find. Oh my god, that setting spray. Look at that. Oh, I don't like it. And maybe I didn't do it right. Ew. That is horrible. What the heck? Girl. Let me see how I could get rid of this. I'm just using my beauty blender to try to blend some of that out. It just spritz glitter. All right, I think I kind of fixed the glittery mess. I still feel like it still have some, but that'll do. That'll do. I'm gonna just separate my hair. I'm gonna go through it with the straightener really quick. Oh my gosh, look at. Just kidding. Oh, so my biggest takeaway from this past week's conference was to set my goals, my vision. I need to get my vision, write it out, make it plain, but for sure goals, big goals, small goals, because if I don't have nothing to, like, I'm working towards, we're gonna be sitting here 2027 in the same spot. So I don't know, I'd love to encourage you to do the same. Let's start this journey together. You know, a lot of the times, especially when you set a goal, sometimes it seems impossible until it's possible. Just kidding, but sometimes it does seem impossible until you start working towards it, and then you get there and you're like, wow. Like, so, like, I know it's, again, another cliche one, but it always seems impossible until it's done, which it's true, but that's why it's impossible until you work towards it and you get it done. All right, putting on my lashes. I know, back when I had started my fitness journey, and I but I need to get myself back. You know, I don't know if you guys know about, like, high rocks has been a big thing. Like, that'd be interesting. Like, that'd be something that I've never done before. Get myself to do one of those. That or a marathon, but I think I need to like, again, like I told you guys, like, start and work your way to it, which I guess I can do a marathon, but I mean, obviously I would need to start practicing for a full. But I mean, shoot, if I could get the half done first. So those are like some things that I need to, like, really think about, and which one and what. This glitter just went everywhere. Look. I had to repaint my brows because I took them off a little bit with the glitter. All right, I'm just gonna straighten it so I could plug in my curling iron. And if you're just watching this for the first time, I like to straighten really quick. Like, I don't do like a full hair straighten, but just so my hair gets a little bit of length. And then I'm gonna go in with the curling iron. I think that's good. I just want to straighten the tips a little bit. on the top. All right, let me connect the curly iron now. Oh no, wrong one. Dang it. Houston, we have a problem. Just kidding. Hold on. I accidentally just connected the wrong one. I'll be right back. We're back. All right, let me connect my curling iron now. Holy forever. All right, and I have it on setting number 2. I don't know where we're gonna go eat. Whatever my father-in-law wants. I'm gonna put a little bit of this one. What is it? The hair wax stick. Just cause these little pelitos. I think these are all like new grown hairs. So, just little pelitos. Little pelitos. And while we wait for the curling iron to heat up, I'm gonna separate my hair. The list of the products that I use, I will be pinning or putting in the video description. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of the products that I use, or you're just wanting to check them out for yourself, I'll go ahead and list them on this live and the previous lives. So if in case you guys want to check them out. And if you guys do click on the link, like if you click on the link that I send you and I recommended it, for the most part, for most of the products, I earn a small commission, so the support is always appreciated. And then also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, like and subscribe. It really helps get my channel out there. It really just lets me know that you guys are out there, you're watching, you're enjoying. And if you have any comments or feedback, I'd love to hear it. I know today my life was a little over the place. I just felt like I wanted to do more than just the get ready. Well, not more, I guess. Just have something to talk about versus just like this is that. So it was a little different. I think it was just a little bit of church, goals, mindset, your circle. So now I'm just curling it, and I do leave the ends out a little bit, just so it could give me like a little bit of the length. But if you do have any questions, if you're rewatching the live, let me know. Like, just type replay or something, and let me know what you guys think. What are your goals? What are you working towards? Especially being that we're already in February. So just kind of like, what are you working on? And I was telling y'all about the church conference. Like, it just got me realigned to what it is that I need to work on and how I'm gonna do it, and just getting me back on track, to be honest. Because there's still a lot of work to do. So I get about an inch of hair. Just real quick as I'm explaining, I get about an inch of hair. But yeah, again, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are you working on for 2026? And it's one thing that I do want to mention, like, it's not too late. Like, if you're like, oh shoot, I didn't start, we're already in February, like, I'm gonna have to wait till next year. Like, you don't have to. You could still start. And when I did commit and I started my fitness journey, it was in May. Like, it wasn't even February, it was in January, it was in February, it was May. So it doesn't matter when you start. What matters is that you start. So now is the perfect time. And honestly, something that I learned is that there is no perfect time, because a lot of the times when we do start goals, we or when we set out to do something and get started on the goal, it's always like, oh well, I'll start Monday. Well, today is Monday, by the way. Or I'll start next Monday, or oh, I'll start on the 1st, so never mind, I'll start in March, since I already missed 2 days of February, which you technically didn't. But it doesn't matter when you start, just start. One of the things that I've learned from mentors along the way, this one is from Grant Cardone. He says, commit first, figure the rest out later. So sometimes we're afraid to make a commitment, like on anything, like, oh, let me start that new class, let me start the new course, let me start the new job, let me, whatever it is, my fitness journey, whatever. He says, commit first, figure the rest out later. And one of the biggest things is just show up. Showing up is first. So whatever that goal is for you, whatever that goal looks like, just commit. Commit to it and show up. And a takeaway or something to think about is, if you do start today, where are you going to be this time next year if you stay consistent? If you continue to show up, if you continue to put in the work, where will you be next year? Same time this year, if you start today and you keep showing up, you'll be surprised. Praise the Lord. All right, I'm almost done. This is honestly like the fastest part. Just be careful. I mean, I didn't burn my ear, but just be careful with your little ear. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. 10x. Yes. Commit first, figure the rest out later. Oh, and it just reminded me right now that the chat said 10x. When you are thinking about your goals, 10x them. And why not? Because, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little. Let me give you a little nugget. Just kidding. But let's just say, like, you set out your goals, you 10x them, and you're reaching for that target. Like, that's your big 10x target. Well, how much more satisfied are you going to be if you're aiming towards that target and you get closer to the 10x target than you would have, like, your baby, like, first target? So that's why it's always good to have big goals. And you'll be surprised. You'll surprise yourself with what you're capable of. And I gotta hurry up. I'm almost done. But I gotta hurry up because we're about to probably head out. But again, if you're watching for the first time or just joining me, thank you so much. Please make sure to like and follow. Let me know what you want to see. Again, I'm just kind of getting back into the rhythm. And that's another thing that I'm doing, is just showing up consistently. I was doing it a lot back in 2022, 23. And I just need to keep doing it. I just need to be consistent, like, because where would I be if I continue to show up, continue to work towards my goals versus stopping? And even whether it works or not, just keep going, just keep going. Because maybe today it might not look like a lot, but putting in like those consistent reps, they compound and they add up to a lot. And also, if you're not following me already, or if you're following me here on YouTube, I also post on other platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, I need to get better at that too, but my stories, reels, a lot of my reels are probably going to be similar throughout the platforms, but maybe you get like a little more behind the scenes, day to day on my Instagram. And I do want to start probably more fitness, motivational content. And that's not just for like people who are following me for that, but also for myself, to keep myself accountable, to keep myself consistent, to keep myself motivated. Again, because nobody's going to motivate you. You could watch stuff and yes, you'll have the motivation, but the motivation fades. But that's why you have to stay consistent, stay disciplined. Because I would say if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick the discipline over the motivation, because the motivation is going to go away. Like, I'll still be motivated, but there's going to be days that I'm not, and I have to be disciplined to show up. All right, I think I am done. I just gotta change and I am ready. But that was it. That was the live for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for my roller coaster of stories. And I had no agenda. It was just, let's get ready, let's talk, let's chit chat. Again, I will post all the products that I am using or that I've used throughout the video. I will also post it for my previous lives. If you have any questions, if there's any new product that maybe you want me to try out, or you want to see for yourself before you buy, you're like, hey, like, I don't want it, like that freaking spray that I sprayed and it's not good. I need to go swap it out because I don't like it. But other than that, if you are not following, please make sure to follow. Also make sure to like, just support my channel. It really, really means a lot to me. And if you guys could let me know what you like to see, what you like me to improve, or girl, just keep doing you, then I love that too. Any comment is welcome. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.